Hey guys, welcome back. This is Jim from Audiomo. I know it looks a little bit different today. I actually forgot my tripod in the recording studio and I'm kind of having it rigged up right now. Not very good, but it is what it is. Also, I didn't comb my hair like this. This is what happens when you're not allowed to go get a haircut. You look ridiculous. Anyway, today I wanted to do a little bit of a comparison between that classic vibe Jaguar I made a video about before versus the made in Japan Fender Jaguar. So, a little bit of data that you should know before we get started. Neither of them have the stock pickups in them. The Jaguar that's pink, the classic vibe, has EP Customs hand wound pickups, and the blue Japanese Jag has pure vintage 65s in it. So outside of the electronics, everything else on the guitars are stock, except on the Japanese one, whoever had it before me had an Adjust-O-Matic, Tune-O-Matic style bridge on it. But I never had a problem with it, so, I just left it on there. My verdict on these are complicated. And I say that because I think the pink Jag, the Squire, is pretty good. I don't have too many complaints about it, but it feels like a $400 guitar. It will get the job done, and if you need that kind of a sound, like a Jaguar sound, I think you really can't go wrong for that price. But the electronics in it, they're terrible from the factory. It's a big improvement with the EP Customs pickups that are in it right now. But that being said, the Japanese one is it's a lot better. It feels better in your hands. It just feels like it was put together more, like more attention was given to it when they were building it. And I mean, obviously, I don't know what they sell for new in Japan because they're not available here. I think it's about 1,000 US, so about double the price. Would I say it's twice as good? Depends what you want. It's twice as good if you're gonna be using it as your main guitar and it's just something that's what you want. It's gonna be your workhorse. I would rather have that. But if you're adding it to a complement of guitars that you already have, just to add something different into a mix or something like that, something different, then I think you can get away with the Squire version of the guitar. It's not bad. It just, it feels, I can't say this enough, it is a good guitar, but it feels like a $400 guitar. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but trying to compare it to the Japanese one, which is double the price, it's obvious which is which when you're holding each in your hand. So, I don't know, I really like the blue one. I actually just sold it. It shipped out, after I filmed this, I shipped it out to its new owner. And we're gonna hold on to the pink one because obviously it's my daughter's, and we're probably never gonna get rid of it. Don't really see any reason to unless she wants to at some point, but she really likes it so far. I just thought it would be interesting while I still had the blue one from Japan to do an A to B comparison of them. The tones themselves, they are gonna vary a little bit because they both have different sets of pickups in them. I think you can get there really close with the EP Customs to the Fenders. They're pretty good. Definitely not bad at all. But as a whole, I would say it's worth it to get the higher up one of the Japanese model. But if I had to pick between the the base Mexican Jaguar and the Classic Vibe, I would absolutely take the Classic Vibe because I prefer the vintage radius. I prefer the vintage appointments on it. I don't care for humbucker single. And it's just kind of more of a old school vibe, which is more my thing. But it might vary. Maybe you want something a little bit more modern, like a hybrid of a Cobain kind of Jag Stang, and he played weird guitars like these. So let me know what you think in the comments section. Do you think it would be worth it to spend twice as much, knowing that you're gonna have to replace the electronics on either one, basically? Because the made in Japan guitars are superior by far. I would argue they're better value than the American ones. That's just me. But that being said, those electronics, the ones that don't come with the USA electronics, the Asian electronics that come in them, oh, they're not good. The pots are mini. The pickups are basically strap pickups in these. They're not very good. Not very good. But once you replace those, the rest of the guitar is done. You don't need to put another dollar into it. Whereas with the Classic Vibe, you can get away with the tuners that are on it. You definitely need a new nut. That thing has tuning problems compared to the Japanese one that become very apparent under, intense playing. But outside of that comes the Mustang Bridge, the Classic Vibe does. That's sweet, don't gotta replace that. Just the pots, the pickups, and you have a really, really good studio tool for, about $550, $600, give or take, unless you can get one used. It's a good deal. So yeah, that's it guys. Just wanted to shoot this quick one. I'm going back into the studio tomorrow morning. I will have more footage. I'm sorry, it's the holiday. I didn't have the time. I had a lot going on. So wasn't making as much content, but we're getting right back on track. So thanks a lot guys. We'll see you next video.